So much for the bearish signs on Wall Street. Bears get clobbered again. What's up, everybody? This is BUBBA'S Daily Update. And as we said yesterday and as we warned on yesterday's update, even though we had all types of reasons to be bearish, the markets themselves may not be ready to go down yet. Remember, this is a test of your will against the market. Now, what do we know about the market? It never gets sick. It never gets tired. It will trade every day. It always comes back down to the human emotion and what we're trying to do. And I know many of you will say, well, we could have just bought and gotten long. Of course, that is correct, except if you got long late, not all the stocks are participating. The volatility is low, volume is low, and there hasn't been a lot of money to be made on the long side. So you have to look for it. Again, if you'd have been in from the beginning or from a while ago, yes, it has been great. But a lot of them have churned back and forth. And just give you a quick, the first time Amazon made a new high, it corrected 10%. So again, it's about watching the footprint and about watching the levels and looking for opportunity. We've talked about a couple of stocks over the time that have worked exactly as they should based on the market footprint. But when we look at the overall picture, the markets are very challenged right now and they don't really want to make any real movement. So this dull drift higher figures to continue until it doesn't. Now, when will it change? There's no real answer, but I would think before we would get any real down movement, you might have to see one more blow off to the upside. The markets are definitely waiting for a reason to sell off. But until they get that reason, there is no reason to believe that the sell-off is going to be tomorrow. And it may very well be. But again, as long as the markets remain dull, as long as we continue in this pattern, you can figure to see markets work higher. We made another new record in the Dow. The Russell made a dramatic swing from lows back up into the positive territory. The NASDAQ continues to be strong. So, we can't tell the market what to do. We have to sit back and be patient. And again, as I said earlier, this is a test of your will against the market. And the market will, if you try to fight it, the market will always win because it can wear you down. We saw oil, interesting enough, was lower, made a huge charge about 12:30 or so, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then reversed and went lower again. That's the issue, and I think I will comfortably call the top of oil now again. I think you saw bonds try to rally and then broke down, so it looks like interest rates are headed back higher. Gold had a nice up day again. In the agricultural markets, grains very, very flat and mixed, but I think you can take a look at wheat, made a nice little recovery back from down about 6 or 7 cents all the way to close to unchanged. Corn looks like a definite buy down here in the 345-ish area. Soybeans are still very tenuous. And of course, in the meats that we've been saying, look for a spot to get clobbered. And of course, they got beat up again today. And I think you look for lower prices in the meats. I would say if you're looking at feeder cattle, 150 in January. You're looking at the fats under 120. That might be spots we'd be looking to take a look at. And hogs will continue to go lower. I think you look for about a 58 target there. But general, markets just are stuck in this malaise and not of any interest. Complacency is totally in charge. We can't fight this, so we have to be very careful. Now again, you hear all the cheerleading going on. You hear again every single day now. Somebody else will come out and say, well, this is a different type of market. And we'll say that all markets are the same. And it's just a matter of, again, the test of your will, the test of time. You saw JP Morgan get hit pretty hard today, down a little bit over $1, but it has a nice rally. A lot of earnings still to come out. We've got Disney tomorrow. We've got NVIDIA tomorrow. So there's things to watch and things to look out for. But at the end of the day, you got to let the markets trade. You got to look for the solid footprint. We've given out a number of trades based on levels. And of course, we've been pretty solid on those levels. And I think you can now look at Apple as a possible sale up in these areas here. Actually, the 175 level looks pretty solid. We've talked about AMBA a couple of times. AMBA has been, kind of waffling around and making some fairly good moves. But I think overall, you can look at, things that are involved in some of the oil patch. It's had a mighty big rally, and you might want to look to sell those things. But I'm not telling you to go get aggressive here now. I think what you need to watch here is to let the markets again play out. We need some volume and volatility to show back up here. And until that happens, we want to be extremely patient and more on the observation deck than anything else, because light volume can bring bigger moves than expected at any given time. And the overall focus here of the market is they're waiting for a reason to go lower, and until they see that reason, they'll probably continue with this dull drift market, and we're not going to get in front of it. We're not going to try to stop it. It doesn't make sense. There's plenty of time to trade 241 days a year. We are coming into a more bullish time of year to begin with. So we sit back, we wait, we watch, and we look for opportunity. And again, you can always find individual opportunities, either long or short, depending on what the patterns are doing. But overall, don't try to get too deeply involved here, because if you do in this market, what you'll find is a headache. All right, the bears are getting pulverized at every single opportunity. So let's make it a point not to try to be a bear until we get the proper signal from the market. Make sure you check out my site, highschoolinvesting.com. We're looking to raise a little bit of money there. And if you go to Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba Trading, that's patreon.com/Bubba Trading. You can make a little bit of a donation if you'd like. For the certain categories, we're giving away a free webinar as well as an autographed copy of my book. So there, please check that out. And of course, don't forget to get the Bubba Show every single day, 2 to 3 Eastern at libertytalk.fm. And we will see you back here tomorrow, same time, same station. This is Bubba's Daily Update. Thanks so much for being part of it. I'll see you later, everybody. Thank you so much.